At the start of the film, a king, chasing a dragon, enters his cave with his soldiers. While entering, the king was watching something carefully, during which the dragon attacks them with fire and kills all the soldiers of the king one by one. The king had no choice but to beg for his life from the dragon. The scene ends here, and we are shown another kingdom after centuries. This kingdom is very poor. The citizens here are dying due to hunger, and Elodie, who is the main character of this movie, is the princess of this kingdom. There is a proposal of a prince for her from a very big kingdom, with whom her dad was very happy, because he feels that if Elodie's marriage is fixed, then the situation of his kingdom will change. Elodie agreed to this marriage, even unwillingly, to change the situation of her kingdom. To arrange the ceremony of her marriage, these people leave for other kingdoms. When coming close to this island, they saw some dragons in this sea storm. Anyway, these people reached the palace. Elodie liked this palace very much, much bigger than her palace. A royal servant welcomed them in this palace, and their rooms were shown to them to rest. At night, when she was standing on this balcony and looking outside, then she saw the fire in the distant mountains. Anyway, in the morning, the queen tells Elodie's dad that I agreed to this relationship, and we will get them married tomorrow. I want to talk to you a little about this, after which the prince and Elodie go to talk to each other. Elodie asks the prince if he is also being forced by you for this marriage. The prince says no, not at all. I found you very beautiful. While talking, these people reach a hill and Elodie tells the prince that yesterday, I saw fire in the mountains on the other side. The prince says yes, those mountains are very important. In a cave, we have some old rituals, which will be held after our marriage, and we will go there on the wedding day. In the next scene, we are shown that Elodie's dad was very upset since he met the queen. When Elodie's mom asks him about his worries, when he doesn't tell her anything, she decides to talk to the queen. But the queen is very proud. She disrespects her mom, saying that she has come from a small kingdom. She comes to her two daughters and tells them that I think something worse is going to happen. During the conversation, Elodie's dad also comes here, who took her mom away from there while talking to her. It was clear that he also wanted to hide something. In the next scene, we see Elodie's marriage with the prince. Elodie was going to those mountains with the prince. She saw fire a few days ago. The prince had already told Elodie that there would be some rituals there. They reach a cave inside the mountain, where the people of this kingdom were already present waiting for them. The queen tells Elodie that a dragon lives in this cave, which had caused a lot of destruction in our kingdom 100 years ago. Then one day our king decided to take revenge on her. He came to this cave to fight her. But this dragon was very dangerous. No one could ever defeat him. Even our king could not defeat her. To save his life, our king made a deal with her, that he will give his 3 daughters to this dragon. After that, this dragon never attacked our kingdom. Since that day, we have been doing this ritual till today. The queen put a cut on both Prince and Elodie's hands, and joined their hands, and tells them that from now on, you both have become one. Prince carries Elodie in his arms. Elodie was shying, but she was also very happy because she didn't know what is going to happen to her the next second. Prince picked up Elodie and dropped her in a pit. As soon as she fell, Elodie fainted. When she regains consciousness, she shouts for help. And here, the sleeping dragon regains consciousness with her voice. When no one comes to help Elodie, Elodie decides to climb up. But that place was very slippery. She was falling down again and again. We see that there was a lot of girls' stuff flying here. Suddenly, Elodie saw fire in the air. As soon as she comes to see, she sees that some flying insects were burned and died. The fire was coming out of the dragon. Elodie was terrified to see the dragon. And here, the dragon asks her, "What is your name?" Elodie tells her name, and the dragon tells her that you have come here under a deal. In return, I will kill you today, because I smell royal blood from you. Before anything bad happens to Elodie, she runs away from there. The dragon sees her running away and attacks her with her fire. While running away, Elodie came to a small cave, but she could not escape the dragon's fire completely. Her foot was badly burnt. She tears off her clothes and ties the wound to her foot. Elodie could not give up. She had to run away from here at any cost to save his life. She gets up and starts exploring this place, and on the way, she sees a blue light. Following that light, when she gets close to it, she finds out that it is coming out of a tree. Elodie wanted to go near this tree, but there was a very big pit in the middle. There was a dragon behind her, so the pit was ahead. She had to die somewhere. She decides to jump from there, but her one wrong step puts her life in danger. She was about to fall into the pit, but with the help of the knife in her hand, she saved herself and came to the other side of the pit. The blue light coming out of the tree was some small glowing insects on that tree. Elodie tears off her dress again and makes a pot. She put a lot of insects inside it so that when she walks ahead, they work as a lamp for her. A little further on, Elodie also got a small waterfall. Elodie opens her mouth to drink water, but then the dragon comes up and attacks her with her fire. To save herself, Elodie runs away again. Elodie hides again in a small cave, and the dragon warns Elodie, "How much will you escape from me? Someday you will come to me." There were names of many girls in this small cave, from which Elodie understands that many girls were sacrificed here. She was very tired of all these things. She falls asleep, and when she wakes up, all the insects she had collected in her dress were sitting on her wound. Seeing them, Elodie gets very scared, and when she picks up those insects with her wound, she sees that her wound has been healed completely. These insects were of great use. Anyway, she went ahead with them, and on a small stone, she saw a map of how to get out of here. Following it, she wanted to get out of there, but the way was full of sharp stones. She would have died hitting by these stones, but she was not a coward. She climbs up with great difficulty without caring about her pain, and finally, she finds a way to get out. But this place is very dangerous. There is no way to get down from the top of the mountain. She started crying. She shouted for help, but no one could hear her from such a height. She hears the sound of some horses running here, and in the meantime, a dragon comes in front of her. Before the dragon attacks her again, Elodie gets inside the cave, and the dragon scares her by telling them that no matter how much they run, no one can ever be able to escape from this place. "I will catch you." Now he was just saying that suddenly, Elodie heard her dad's voice from the cave below. As soon as she hears this voice, the dragon also goes up and down to see Elodie's dad. And from here, Elodie also gets down to go to her dad. On the way, she sees a lot of gold and 3 broken eggs of the dragon. Looking at these things, she understands that the story that has been told by the queen is completely true. That dragon had killed their people. When the king came to this cave many years ago, he saw that there were 3 eggs of the dragon here, from which 3 dragons were coming out. The king killed the children of these 3 dragons, and the dragon is still taking revenge on them. This scene cuts and shows us a scene from the past, where the king is begging the dragon for his life. Then the dragon said to the king, "I also want to see you suffering. I will need 3 children from each generation of yours. After taking their sacrifice, I will let you and your kingdom live in peace." The scene comes again in the present, where Elodie's dad is calling out to his daughter. And then the dragon comes in front of him. He says to the dragon that, "I have come to take my daughter back. Even if I have to fight you for this, I am ready to fight." The dragon says to him, "Then call your daughter here." Elodie's dad said loudly, "Elodie, wherever you are, don't come here." As soon as he says this, the dragon gets angry and stabs one of her nails into the king's chest. Seeing her dad dying in front of her eyes, a scream comes out of Elodie's mouth, which distracts the dragon. She goes to the other side to find Elodie, and as soon as she gets a chance, Elodie comes to her dad. He was saying to Elodie that, "I am dying because of my sins, but you have to stay alive. Go, your mother and sister are waiting for you on our ship." As soon as he says this, he dies, and Elodie moves forward to go from here. using the chain from which they had come here. Elodie was going up by using it, and the dragon had also seen her while escaping. Again and again, avoiding the dragon's fire attack, she somehow managed to get out of this cave. She was now sitting on her dad's horse and running away from there. The dragon was behind her, attacking with fire. She gets off the horse and hides in the mountains. In this way, she is not seen by the dragon, and in anger, the dragon burns her horse. In the distant palace, the queen was watching all this. She was also angry and said that all this was happening because of Elodie and that I would fix everything. On the ship, Elodie's sister, who was watching the fire in the mountains, suddenly the queen comes on this ship and kidnaps Elodie's sister, because she planned that now she would give Elodie's sister to the dragon instead of Elodie, and save her kingdom from the dragon. Elodie's mother, who tries to save her daughter, the queen has gone from there by stabbing her. The next day, Elodie also reached her ship, where she met her injured mother, who told Elodie that I was fine and that I would take care of myself. Go, find your sister, whom she is going to sacrifice in front of the dragon instead of you. Here, Elodie tells her mother that her dad is dead. After telling this, she immediately goes to the cave, because she knows that the queen would have taken her sister to the cave, where the queen cuts her hand and Elodie's sister's hand mixes her blood in her blood and throws her in the pit below, and the dragon catches Elodie's sister. Elodie had also reached the cave by this time, but no one knew about her, because before she went to the dragon, she was preparing herself. First of all, she brings a lot of shining insects with her and takes her dad's sword with some weapons in the cave, which could have been useful in fighting the dragon. It is shown in the scene that the dragon has not killed Elodie's sister yet. She was sitting with her dead children and was telling Elodie's sister that your elders killed my children, and now I will kill their daughter Elodie and make them restless in the same way. I know that she will come to save you. I will enjoy killing her more than killing you. Here Elodie, to distract the dragon, makes some noise inside the cave, so that the dragon knows she is coming, and as soon as the dragon goes to the other side to find her, Elodie comes to her sister. Before Elodie saves her sister and takes her away, the dragon comes here again. Elodie tells the dragon that we were lied to. We were told that you attacked their kingdom, but the truth was that they killed your children. The dragon says, whatever it is, if they are your elders, then I will take their revenge on you. Elodie says, no, we are not their children. Before Elodie tells anything else to the dragon attacks her with her fire. To save herself, when Elodie moves back, she falls into the water. She was in a lot of pain now. The dragon grabs her again and injures her with her nail. And this time, to save herself from dying, Elodie attacked her eye with her knife. The dragon was angry with this attack. She throws Elodie away and attacks her with her fire. But by colliding with the stones there, the dragon's fire starts burning her. The dragon was very hurt after burning, and now Elodie tells her to look at the wound on my hand. In the same way, by cutting and mixing their blood with us, and made it real blood and presented it to you. We are not their children, they are living in peace in their house, and sacrificing innocent girls like us, and you didn't do anything good to them. Just like they killed your children, you are also killing someone's children. After knowing the truth, the dragon becomes very sad, and tells Elodie that my punishment should be that I die, so kill me. But Elodie does not kill her, and the small insects that she had collected, she puts on the dragon and heals the dragon's wounds. She had come to the real traitors to take revenge, that is, to the prince and queen in that kingdom, who, by giving her a wedding lure, had thrown her in front of the dragon in the cave. Here, the prince was preparing to sacrifice another girl like her, in front of the dragon by giving her a wedding lure. Elodie tells her the truth and asks her to run away from there. After that, Elodie tells everyone who wants to save their lives can go from there. The queen says, "Oh girl, what do you think? If you've survived the dragon, and you can scare us, what harm will you do to us alone?" Elodie says, "I am not alone." As soon as she says this, the flying dragon in the sky comes up to this palace. The dragon had also destroyed the entire palace with the royal family here. Her revenge was now fulfilled in the right way. After that, in the last scene of the story, we are shown that Elodie, her sister, and her mother are in this kingdom. They are preparing to return to their kingdom. Elodie now tells her mom, "I am sure that you'll take the treasure of this kingdom in replacement of my dad, will also run this kingdom very well." Listening to this, her mom is very happy, and they go to their kingdom, where the dragon was also going with them as Elodie's dragon, and showing this story ends here.